Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel Programming with Gautam. So today I'll be showing you how to show all the fields that are we have registered in models.py without writing much of HTML code. So this page will automatically update whenever we update the models.py file there. Okay, how to do that and all I'll show you now. So before that, first I opened the settings.py here, that is in the project name, and imported OS here, as you can see. After importing OS, I went to urls.py. I went to urls.py here, and in urls.py I created a path called as index, empty path called as index here, and imported views here. After that, I created this particular index here. So in this index, I have written render request index.html, and form is to student form, and that thing. I've written student form here. So what is a student form? So let me show you. So this is the student form that we have in forms.py. Django provides us option to Django has inbuilt forms, guys. So that is with the help of that I have imported forms here. That is from Django import forms here. From Django import forms, and the same way from app11.models import student model. So in student model, what all fields I have given here? In student model, I have given a name, email ID, contact number, registered course, and validity here. So the validity here is nothing but the how many days that particular ID card is valid for that particular student. Okay, so that is the validity there, and the name is the student name, the student's email ID, the student's contact number, the student which course he has registered, and the validity of that particular course there. Okay, so with the help of this, I have taken this and I have sent the from models.py. I have imported this particular model, that is the student model, in forms.py here. In forms.py, I have imported here, as you can see, app11.models import student model. After importing this particular model here, I have created a class student form and forms.model form here. Okay, so this is mandatory, guys. Okay, after that I have created a meta class. Then model is equal to student model and field is equal to all. So this forms needs two default arguments, that is model and the forms. So which model we are sending? We are sending the student model, and in that student model we want the all fields there. Okay, so after we have done this, I have taken this form, imported the student form here, and sent the student form in index.html page. Okay, so this is the save that function here. What is the save that function? Let me tell you. This is the save URL here, and this is the save that function. So in this save that function, if student is equal to, I'm taking a variable called as stu here, and taking student form request.post. So in index.html, I have taken a form here with URL save and method equals to post. So I'm pulling this data from this particular form that we have sent in index function there. So here is the index function here, and as you know that we are sending student form as form here. So I am using this form and using of table and form tag here. So this form tag will execute by default automatically. We need not write the for loop or anything there. It will execute it by default for the number of times the fields are available in models here. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different fields here. So this particular form tag will execute for 5 different times here. Okay, so after that we have taken a button and type equals to submit, and give that button name as save here. So this button will work for save URL. So in the save URL, we are as you have given. So if we are clicking student.save, we are trying to save that. If that student is valid and we are able to save it, then it will show as the option as student saved successfully. So if there is any problem that with that particular name, if that particular student already exists, then it will return as the error called as student already exists. So let me show you now by running this particular project once. So as you can see, we have got this particular page here. So I am entering the name as Vijay, email ID as Vijay@456. Vijay dot 456@gmail.com, and contact number is 98541785214. Okay, he has registered for Django, and the validity for that particular course is 1 year. Okay, so when I click on save here, it will say show us a message called as student saved successfully. So again, if I want to enter another student details, that is Vikas. Email ID is vikas@gmail.com. Contact number 963852410, and registered course Python. Validity is 2 years. And I click on save. It is again showing me student saved successfully. Now when I try to enter Vikas again, Vikas vikas@gmail.com, and mobile number, some random mobile number, and in this registered course I'll enter the Django. Validity is 1 year. When I click on save, it is already showing me that student already exists, because the name already exists for that particular user in this particular database. So this is the database that we have, guys. As you can see, I have given two values. One is Vijay and the second one is Vikas. So for the first student, I have given the name as Vijay and vijay.456@gmail.com. Contact number, he has registered for Django course, and the validity of that particular student is 1 year. In the same way, I have taken the same name, but I was not able to save it for the second time because the name already existed there. So when I try to save it again, when I try to enter some random name, Kumar @gmail.com, contact number 96325874110, registered course Python, validity is 1 year. Okay, when I click on save, the student is already saved successfully. When I refresh the database, you can find it here. So this is how we can create models and the forms.py file, and use that forms.py file in the HTML without writing even a single line of form tag or option tag or anything like that. Like we have did it in the previous video, that we have entered each and every place value there and pull that particular name with that name as T1 or T2, and then they took it to the views.py and saved it into the database. Again came back here, pulled the data back, again saved into the database. We have not done anything here. We have just used the Django forms here. Then with the help of that Django forms, we were able to do this everything in an easy and smooth manner here. Okay guys, so hope you have understood, guys. If you have understood, please like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Programming with Gautam. Thank you.